The legend of the Torpedo bat continues to grow, and Elly De La Cruz delivered one of the most electrifying performances of the 2025 MLB season on Monday night. Leading the Cincinnati Reds to a commanding 14-3 win over the Texas Rangers, the third-year rising star showcased his incredible talents while using the innovative bat for the very first time in a game. De La Cruz went 4 for 5 at the plate, notching 2 home runs, driving in 7 RBIs, and even stealing a base. It was a performance that truly lit up the night, and while his skills are well documented, his new bat may have played a role in elevating his game even further. After the game, De La Cruz confirmed he had been swinging a torpedo bat, a design that has been the talk of the league ever since it helped the New York Yankees launch 15 home runs in just 3 games against the Milwaukee Brewers last weekend. The torpedo bat, so named for its sleek, elongated shape resembling a torpedo, was developed by former MIT physicist Lenny Lienhardt, who now works with the Miami Marlins. Lienhardt's concept is simple yet innovative. Design the bat to be as heavy and as wide as possible right at the sweet spot, where contact with the ball is most frequent. This design tweak allows players to maximize power without sacrificing control. Following the Yankees' success, players across MLB have begun experimenting with the new bat, and Monday's game marked De La Cruz's debut with the equipment. During the game, De La Cruz delivered on the promise of the torpedo bat in a couple of dramatic moments. In the second inning, with a 1-1 count, he unleashed a towering shot off a Kumar rocker slider that sailed over the center field wall and doubled Cincinnati's lead to 6-0. Then, in the 7th inning, he roared another home run off a Gerson Garabito fastball. This blast traveled an impressive 436 feet and was measured at 110.2 miles per hour off the bat, extending the Reds' lead to 14-0. Notably, these were the first 2 home runs he has recorded in his 4 games this season, adding to the anticipation surrounding his new bat. De La Cruz, already one of baseball's brightest young talents after hitting 25 home runs last season, expressed his satisfaction with the torpedo bat. "It feels good," he told reporters. "It feels really good." When asked whether the bat contributed to his performance, he left the door open. After all, the sample size is still small. But his early success suggests that this new piece of equipment might be a game changer. With the torpedo bat now entering the mainstream conversation and early season returns looking promising, it appears that De La Cruz is ready to make it a permanent part of his arsenal. His performance on Monday night not only added another chapter to his growing legend, but also hinted at the potential impact of innovative equipment on the game. As more players experiment with the torpedo bat, only time will tell if this new approach will redefine power hitting in Major League Baseball. Cincinnati Reds shortstop Elly De La Cruz lit up the game in a historic fashion with his first appearance using the much-discussed torpedo bat. In a 14-3 victory over the Texas Rangers, the third-year star went 4 for 5, smashing 2 home runs, driving in 7 RBIs, and scoring 4 runs. De La Cruz was quick to share his impressions after the game. "I tried it today and I felt comfortable with it," he said. "I felt really good. There is no difference to traditional bats. It just feels good." The torpedo bat, named for its distinctive shape that resembles a torpedo, has been the subject of intense buzz since the start of the season, particularly after the New York Yankees showcased its power by hitting 15 home runs over their opening series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Developed by former MIT physicist and current Miami Marlins staffer Lenny Lienhardt during his time with the Yankees, the concept behind the torpedo bat is simple. Make the bat as heavy and fat as possible, right at the point where players most often make contact with the ball. Using advanced analytics, the Yankees department pinpointed the optimal spot on the bat's barrel for each player's swing, and now teams across the league are experimenting with these custom-tailored bats. De La Cruz's performance provided immediate proof of concept. His 7 RBIs at Great American Ballpark marked a career high, and his second home run, measured at 436 feet with a bat speed of 110.2 miles per hour, was a sight to behold. He was ably supported by teammate Matt McLain, who contributed a 3rd home run in his past 3 games, as the Reds now sit at 2-2 after splitting their opening series with the San Francisco Giants. Team manager Terry Francona was quick to credit the player's talent over the bat itself, noting, "Our guys are going to order what they're comfortable with. Bats are really personal. Whatever guys want to use, as long as they're MLB approved, I don't care." Under MLB Rule 3.02, the Torpedo bat is legal as long as it meets specific requirements regarding diameter, length, and construction, and manufacturers have received league approval for their designs. With these guidelines in place, it seems the Torpedo bat is here to stay, offering players a new edge, just as Elly De La Cruz demonstrated on Monday night.
What's up, baseball fanatics? Welcome back to the channel for another exciting development in the ever-evolving world of Major League Baseball. The Torpedo bat phenomenon, which we've been tracking closely, has just produced its first major headline outside of the New York Yankees. Cincinnati Reds superstar shortstop Elly De La Cruz had an absolutely historic game last night. And guess what he was swinging? You guessed it, a torpedo bat. Let's dive into this incredible performance and see what De La Cruz had to say about the bat that's got the baseball world buzzing. We've been talking a lot about the Torpedo bats ever since the New York Yankees exploded for 15 home runs in their first 3 games of the season, with several players using the uniquely shaped lumber. Now, it seems the trend is catching fire across the league, and Elly De La Cruz's performance is the latest evidence of that. In a game for the ages against the Texas Rangers, De La Cruz put on an offensive clinic, going a perfect 4 for 5 at the plate. But that's not all. He blasted 2 home runs, drove in a career-high 7 runs, and even scored 4 runs himself in the Reds' dominant 14-3 victory over the Rangers. It was a performance that will be talked about for a long time in Cincinnati, and it came with a torpedo bat in his hands. After the game, De La Cruz was asked about his experience using the new style of bat for the very first time. His response was overwhelmingly positive. "I tried it today and I felt comfortable with it," De La Cruz said. "I felt really good. There is no difference to traditional bats. It just feels good." This endorsement from a dynamic young star like De La Cruz will undoubtedly further fuel the torpedo bat craze. As we've discussed in previous videos, the torpedo bat gets its name from its shape, which resembles a torpedo, thicker at the sweet spot, or barrel, and then tapering towards the end. This design was developed by Aaron "Lenny" Lienhart, a former MIT physicist who previously worked as an analyst for the New York Yankees and is now with the Miami Marlins. Lienhart's concept, as he explained to The Athletic, is to make the bat as heavy and as fat as possible, in the precise location where players most frequently make contact with the ball. The Yankees' analytics department reportedly analyzed each player's hitting data to customize their torpedo bats, ensuring the widest part of the barrel aligned with their individual contact points. Now, as De La Cruz's monster game demonstrates, teams across the league, including the Reds, are starting to incorporate these torpedo bats into their game day equipment. The immediate results for De La Cruz were nothing short of spectacular. His 7 RBIs at Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark shattered his previous career high. And his second home run of the night, in the 7th inning, was an absolute missile, traveling an estimated 436 feet with an exit velocity of 110.2 miles per hour off the bat. That's the kind of power that gets everyone's attention. De La Cruz wasn't the only Red to go deep in the game. Matt McLain also hit a home run, his 3rd in his last 3 games, showing that the Reds' offense is starting to heat up. The team now sits at 2-2 on the season after splitting their opening series against the San Francisco Giants. Reds team manager Terry Francona, note, the article actually mentions Terry Francona as the manager, but he currently manages the Cleveland Guardians. This is likely an error in the article, and we will proceed with the information provided for the purpose of this script. Acknowledged De La Cruz's big night but also hinted that other Reds players might start experimenting with torpedo bats as well. "Our guys are going to order what they're comfortable with," he said, per MLB.com. "Bats are really personal. Whatever guys want to use. As long as they're MLB approved, I don't care." The video reminds us that MLB's bat regulations are quite lenient. Torpedo bats are perfectly legal as long as they adhere to Rule 3.02, which specifies that the bat must be a smooth, Round stick within certain diameter and length restrictions and made of one piece of solid wood. Experimental bats do require MLB approval before they can be used in games. With the Torpedo bat meeting all the current regulations, it looks like we'll be seeing a lot more of them in MLB clubhouses for the foreseeable future. Elly De La Cruz's incredible performance is likely to only accelerate this trend, as players across the league look for any potential edge they can gain at the plate. What do you think about Elly De La Cruz's monster game using a torpedo bat? Are you surprised by how quickly these bats are gaining popularity? Do you think they provide a real competitive advantage? Or is it more about player comfort and preference? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe for more updates on the torpedo bat phenomenon and all the latest MLB news. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the exciting action this season. We'll catch you in the next one.